Joining me is Rita Garnto. She's a stress management educator, she's an international author, and she's a self-care expert. And she's back on the show to talk about her launch and its Stress Less, Live Happier community, correct?
Yes. Yay! Yeah, I think, it's crazy. The last time we were together was pre-COVID. And now I just, talking to my clients and workshop participants, and it's like, this is so needed, right? I mean, it's who would ever have seen this coming? These stressors, this stress, like constantly, this stress overload. So thank you for inviting me to be back. This is awesome.
Yeah. So how did it begin, this launch? It just recently launched, right? Not too long ago.
Yeah, actually on Tuesday. So this is the phase one. I'm looking for the VIP founding members, which is a small monthly fee, but there's also a free membership, which I'm really encouraging people. I get it, you don't know someone, you don't know, you're not going to put money on something you're not sure of. So I'm encouraging people just to come in on the free membership, check it out. And I'll explain more about what it is. So really, we all have our own gifts, right? And really sort of deciding or figuring out how we can best serve others and help support and motivate others. So this is the community platform. I love small groups. I love educating. I love hearing from people. I love relationships. What's one of my strengths is creating relationships. And a lot of people, most of us are hurting. Really mental health. I mean, even look, if you're watching the Olympics with Simone Biles, and I applaud her for standing up and really taking care of herself. And so, I lost my dad in May, and I've really been struggling with the grief. My brother's 1-year anniversary of his passing just came up, and these are all very real things that you can't just push under the rug, right? You have to be. It's okay to not be okay. So what I've creating is a community which is password protected, whether you're free or, and I've had that concern. This is not open to everybody. We have strict guidelines. We will ask you to leave if you don't. This just needs to be a safe place where you can be authentic and real. And there's chat rooms, and there's resources, connecting with experts. I'm working on that section right now where I'm going to give you trusted professionals that I've been to, that I've worked with. There's all my sanity savers, with my self-care text club that comes out every Tuesday morning. All those are listed there. My cousin in Sweden has sent me these great waves and wind, water videos that are only a minute long. So I've posted those, the link to my YouTube channel. And it's all about self-care. It's all about simple self-care. It's all about learning, what can I do in this moment to bring my stress level down? What little things can I do that I can strengthen my stress armor? Because the stress is not going away. Mm-hmm. That was a really long answer for your question.
No, well said. It's like it's interactive, and it's for everyone. It's like anyone can join.
Absolutely. And so in the chat rooms, it's private. Like you post, and no one can they can respond to you, but your email, your private information is not up there, that they can go outside of that platform and connect with you. And I know that's a big concern for a lot of people. And so it is private. You actually have to go into the chat room to see what people are saying and responding. And I've had my group of testers, and I've got my first members in there, and just really engaging and finding like-minded individuals, because not everybody gets it, right? Mm-hmm. So you've got some people that are just going to stuff it away and say, oh, suck it up and, be tough. You can make it through this. And then there's other people that really need more support. And this isn't going to resonate with everyone. This is quite sort of specialized, or you've got to be like just have to be open to that, right? To kind of opening yourself up and getting help from others.
Yes, and the thing too, I like when you said stress is not going to go away. It's how you manage it, and it's like it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to reach out.
It is. And and I, me, Christine, I'm not, I'm okay sharing personal information. I realize that I do that, and I'm okay making myself vulnerable. And not everybody likes me. Not everybody's going to agree with what I say, but by making myself vulnerable and admitting to, saying things like, for example, I just started seeing my counselor again. I haven't seen her in 3 years. And like I said, I've been struggling. We've got 2 teenage girls at home. They've been doing school all year. There's so much going on, and so I'm back in counseling. And everyone needs a counselor and a good massage therapist is the way I look at it. So, but there's no shame in asking for help.
Yes.
So,
And yeah, with the pandemic, there's more of an awareness, right? That we do need to take care of ourselves, but people are thinking, well, it's selfish. It takes too long. Where do I start? All these questions in your book. I love your book.
thank you. Well, this is the reason I do what I do is because this is how I figured out to survive and to survive the stress. And I do not handle stress well. I become overwhelmed quite easily. And so I've had to figure out how am I going to strengthen my stress armor, and how am I going to deal? Because my life is full of is a lot of stress. Okay, I have 2 teenage daughters, like seriously, 14 and 16. If that's not stress enough as it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about starting with one thing. Let's set ourselves up for success. Pick one thing. That's all it is. One thing. Because I don't know about you, Christine, but I know that, in the past, it's been like, okay, I'm ready to lose weight, and I'm ready to start stressing less, and I'm ready to just to get healthier. And so then I decide to give up sugar, I give up coffee, I only eat green food, I'm going to work out 2 hours every day, right? Woo! First day, I'm like, oh, I can do this, and I do it. And second day, it's like, oh, this is a little hard, but I still do it. And by third day, I'm like, this is crazy. So why not set yourself up for success and just pick one thing?
Yes.
Stretch while you brush your teeth. Get rid of some of that back pain. Yeah.
I love it. And I like the KISS, keep it simple, the KISS principle, rather, keep it simple, sweetie, because that's how you're going to overcome. Like mine is like, doing some stretching every morning. I make that as my ritual. And it helps me calm my mind. And that may not work for others, but it's finding that, one thing, and then you add to it. So it works for me.
No, absolutely. And that's why I've divided the simple self-care into 3 categories. And so probably next year I'm going to be working on a second edition, and I'm going to flesh that out. So now I've created 3 categories because we're all different. So whether you're what works for you is, power of the pause is like being in the moment, closing your eyes, really intentionally relaxing your body, taking some deep, slow breaths, wiggling your toes, as opposed to maybe you need to get up from your desk and do, 10 jumping jacks, or maybe you need to go for a 5-minute walk, as opposed to somebody who maybe could read some scripture, or maybe journal, or make a list. So it's about self-awareness. I am not saying that this is the guaranteed way to, build up your stress armor. The choice is up to you, because it's finding something that you want to do, that you will do, and then help yourself.
Yeah, that's wonderful. No, and I love your book, as I said, and you also have Sophie and now Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, Sophie and Simon self-care. So, I introduced Sophie in the book. It just, I don't know, it's just sort of simple self-care, Sophie self-care, just something fun. And it has to be fun too. I mean, I can be very serious, but Having had kids, I feel like I'm certified in drama, and you know, I'm just we have to ease up. Like we really, we need to stop and smell the roses and laugh. Laugh is a great stress buster. Oh my gosh, like watch a funny movie, find some stupid dad jokes or something. Just, it's this so many simple pieces to it. So, and this is what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to educate. Like we've heard all this information probably a dozen times before, but I'm hoping that the way I'm saying it and connecting the dots makes sense to more people.
Yes. Yes. And keeping it simple, and it's your self-care tip. And the most important thing is reducing that stress level, and it'll work. So tell us, how can one get involved in the launch, and what other services do you offer? You offer master classes, workshops, you're all over. Like, I don't know how you do it.
Sometimes I wonder too. This is why I do my self-care. So if you go to my website, simpleselfcare.net, right on the top in the tab is a community. If you click on that, it opens up a community page. There's a video that shows you what the dashboard, what it looks like. And there's 2 levels. Those are on the bottom. So you just check that page out. So simpleselfcare.net//community will get you there. And just like I said, just join with a free membership, no obligation, and just check it out. And yeah. So also starting this October, I will be starting a series of workshops. They will be live, but I'll also be streaming them online. So I have a great event space in Uptown Charlotte, and so I'll be using that space. So every month, every third Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., which is really early for your time.
You know what? You're worth it. It's worth it.
Thank you. So my first one, October 16th, will be Aging with Ease, and it's going to be a hands-on workshop. And for anyone, that information's all upcoming on my website. It's not quite there yet. There'll be some hands-on tools, and if there's anyone that's interested in doing it online, then I can suggest the tools or even we'll figure that out, because it's gonna be a foam roller and simple stretching and just education about how our bodies are aging, and why we're hurting, and why it hurts more now after you work out than it did 20 years ago.
Yes.
And then I'll be doing a masterclass series starting in January, which will be, it's a 6-week intensive, 1 class every week, and we deep dive into stress overload. So you really get an understanding of where your stress level is, how to deal with your stressors, what is stressing you out, what happens when you're stressed out, like what happens in your body, to really understand, again, connecting the dots that, oh my gosh, if I don't get this under control, I could end up with high blood pressure. I can end up with irritable bowel syndrome. I could end up with cancer. I could end up, so just all that education piece. And then there's always an accountability piece at the end of every session. It's like, okay, one thing are you going to work on this next week? And you tell everyone it's just a small group up to 12 people. And then the following week, you let us know how it went. If it didn't go well, we'll figure out a solution and rework it and pick something else. So it's all about support. And I've given this class about 6 or 7 times, and it really builds up a camaraderie, and it's really, you don't just hear from me, you hear from everybody. And so it's really exciting. I just feel like I'm in the right place at the right time. And I just want to help people go from feeling crappy to happy with simple self-care. So.
Yes, and you're now entering a stress-free zone. I love it. It must be hard. Yeah, love it. And Rita, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else I'd like to add? No, I think that's probably enough for me, but I just encourage all of you. You are worth it. Self-care is not selfish. The way I look at it is, if I don't do my self-care, I'm going to be less of a mom to my kids, less of a wife, less of a businesswoman. I'm not going to give others my best. So you've got to fill up your cup, right? So like, oopsie,
Yeah.
who knew? Who knew it could be so simple, right? So work on filling up your cup so then you're able to give to others. And what I found has really helped me in the last few months is just gratitude. Just even walking outside, and I have been working very hard over the years on this lily flower bed, and you'll see that in the welcome video. And just to go outside and stand with bare feet in the grass and look at all the beautiful flowers or trees, or just stand there and be so grateful for being able to see that or touch that. And I found the simple joys are really, really making a big difference in my life and how I'm feeling, and that endorphin release and feeling more motivated and uplifted, as opposed to feeling more depressed, which I have suffered from in the past. So that's all I got for now.
It's awesome. Thank you so much, Rita. I'd like you to come back and just we could talk
Absolutely.
more about self-care.
Absolutely. Yes. I love hanging with you, Christine. I'm sorry it's not in person this time. So
Oh, this is great. Thank you very much.
thank you. So everybody do your self-care. You're worth
Yeah.
it.